Alright, let's make sure we use a tape measure for this this video. I always seem to think things are bigger than they really are, so I make sure we use a tape measure for this. What's going on, guys? This is Burrs, here to talk to you today about Ultramax ammunition, and more specifically their 150 grain Nosler Ballistic Tip Ammunition, 308 ammo. So as you guys have seen on social media, if you follow me on there, we've been testing 308 ammunition for a few weeks, and Ultramax is one of those ammunitions, as well as some other ones like a unique competitor and Jesse James ammo that just came out recently, and some old standbys with Hornady and Black Hills, Buffalo cartridge, Corbon, and many others. Now, as we saw with Ultramax in the 5.56-223 ammo review, it came out on top compared to all the rest in regard to price and performance. And this 308 offering that they have is no different. The really cool thing about Ultramax is the fact that they are remanufactured, as you can see right there. And what that means is they're using brass, and you're going to bump the camera like a professional. They're using brass that has all different head stamps on it. So this is remanufactured ammunition that's performing and keeping up with companies and all the other companies in the ammo database in regard to 308 ammunition that are using new brass, which is pretty amazing. So let's take a closer look at this ammunition. As you can see, it has the Nosler Ballistic Tip. That's an amazing hunting round. It's going to ethically kill the game that you're shooting at because it's going to take it down quickly. As you can see here, as I mentioned earlier, it does have that head stamp that's different on all. I wouldn't say all, but there's a lot of different ones in here because they're remanufactured. And the Nosler Ballistic Tip, like I said, is an amazing round. We're going to use a rear bag. We're going to bump the camera like a professional first, but we're going to use a rear bag. This is from Red Tack, and I've been using this rear bag for a long time. I have a review on this. I'll put a link down below to that. And on the front, I just have a small bag right here that I rest the foregrip on, or the barrel, one or the other depending on the position I'm in, but usually something like this just to rest on the grip here, the forearm. As far as the firearm goes, this is a Model 70, Winchester Model 70 featherweight with a 22-inch barrel, 1 in 12 twists, and it's calibered in 308, obviously. The optic on here is a Steiner. This is their 2-10 power. It's their GS3 model. Really like this a lot. It's on top of a Badger Ordnance mount and rings. So overall, this is a very accurate rifle. It's well known in the gun community as far as hunters go, etc. Model 70s were used in the Vietnam era for snipers. It's a very well renowned firearm, and this is one of my favorite 308s to shoot. So let's get down to the specifics of the round. So in regard to overall performance, this came in right at the top. Now, as you saw in the Gorilla ammunition review, that came out on top in regards to the average group sizing. This one's a 1/10 behind, so this comes in at 9/10 of an inch or 9/10 of an MOA in regard to its size, which means that if you're looking at a quarter, that's the group sizing you're going to get on average with this ammunition. Now, the thing that's going to set this apart from all the other ammunitions that I've been testing, and there are still a few more I have to test, but I don't think it's going to get any better than what Ultramax is showing, is the fact of its standard deviation. And standard deviation means what's the difference between group 1 and group 2 and group 3 and group 4. So what's the difference in consistency? And with Ultramax, it came in at 0.13 of an inch difference, which means that each group is very, very, very consistent. You're only at about a 1/10 of an inch off between all groups for the most part. And that's a really good metric to look at. And with Gorilla, that was 0.18 of an inch. This is 0.13, and they're using remanufactured brass. Just goes to show you that if you take the time to put together your ammunition, you're going to get consistent results. Some other companies out there who are larger companies are trying to put more ammunition through and get it out the door faster to mass produce, whereas companies like Ultramax, Black Hills, Buffalo cartridge, and the like, they're going through and really taking the time to make sure that all of their ammunition is within 1 gram, just for instance, 1 gram of powder difference between each load. Whereas if you have a mass-produced ammunition, you might have a bigger difference between each round with the amount of powder they're using to make the ammunition. So Ultramax is really taking the time to quality control that the ammunition that they put out is going to be extremely consistent. So let's talk about the best and the worst. So as far as the worst goes, my worst grouping was 1.15 inches. And that's a pretty good worst grouping. I've seen some that are over 2 inches as far as the worst goes. So as far as consistency, like we talked about, they're definitely there. The best I had was 3/4 of an inch. So I wasn't getting down to the under sub half MOA, but definitely, right around 3/4 of an inch is the best I could get with this ammunition. Now the coolest part about this is the price. This is coming in at $1.24 per round, where there's no other company that comes close to that. You have other companies who are over $2, and for average or on average, you're going to see about $1.75 a round. So this is extremely cheap and affordable for everyone to purchase. So overall, if you're looking for a round that's going to perform, it's going to be cost effective, and you're not going to have to worry about it picking it up. Like I mentioned in my other videos, I want a round that I'm going to pick up and not have to worry about it being different from round to round. I want consistency. And the Gorilla ammunition and this Ultramax ammunition are really at the top of the chart in regard to the 308 ammunition database that you guys have seen and I've showed you here. And I really don't think it's going to change very much, because they were also at the top of the charts in regard to the 5.56 223 testing I did a few years back. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. If you guys have used this Ultramax ammunition or other Ultramax ammunition, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and let us know how it's worked for you. And until next time, later.